Charles D'Angelo loves our off-the-air conversations. Not a big fan of our on-the-air conversations. Charles D'Angelo, he is the weight loss coach to just about everybody in town. You've made St. Louis lose at least 1 million pounds. I love having you on the show, Charles, because talking about my own struggles with weight, because it goes to show you that everybody's human. I struggle just like everybody else. I'm good. I'm bad. When I'm doing well, I feel great. When I'm going bad, I feel terrible. And I think it's important to tell people that, everybody struggles with weight.
Well, not only that, I think it's something that everyone has to work on consistently. These people have a myth in their head that they can do something until they hit this weight or until they're in this certain size. And with that paradigm as your guiding force, you're always going to be yo-yoing back and forth because you get to where you want to go. And if you don't really disconnect the emotion from food, that's what we were talking about off air, is how much food connotates emotion in our Western culture. So you have to learn how to disconnect from both spontaneity with food so that you have a strategy you hold yourself consistent to so that you're not vulnerable with hunger. And secondly, that you don't use food like a drug.
I do it. When I'm stressed, I eat. When I'm happy, I eat.
When you're sad,
right?
Yes,
I'm sad, I'll get something to eat. When I'm feeling blue, I'm eating. When it's sunny outside, I want to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
And you know what? I agree with you. I'm struggling right now.
Right.
And it's one of those things that, and we were talking about this, Charles. If you have someone who you're accountable to,
very helpful.
I think that helps. But what is it that can keep you going so you don't have to do that emotional eating?
I think staying really focused and centered on specific goals that are actually compelling and that aren't just arbitrary. And you have to continue to add to those things, because if you just set a goal, for example, to lose 25 pounds, well, what happens once you hit 25 pounds? So it's so important to stay current on your goal list, because you will hit those things. Once you're committed to writing and put it down on paper and you're focused and you're lasered in and you start taking actions, having the outcomes defined, but then having an action plan in place to go after it, you'll create momentum, and with that momentum, you'll get there. But if you don't add to it, how many times have you and I set forth to get you to where you want to go, and you get there every single time?
Yeah.
But then you decide to buy another house, or to start dating somebody else, or to do this, or to do that. And then his focus shifts.
I'm a mess, aren't I?
So then he just keeps me on the show as a perpetual weight loss coach. And
I've lost
that's how
800 pounds with Team Charles. You had a story in STLtoday.com about a woman you helped. It was a great story.
Yeah, I was very fortunate and blessed to help Liz Deanter here in St. Louis. She lost 140 pounds. She tipped the scales at over 300, and I believe it was like 340 pounds or 345 pounds. And she couldn't get up a flight of stairs. Doing the things that most people find easy, like tying her shoes, were challenging. She was lonely. She had totally isolated herself. And how many people out there that struggle with weight pull back because they fear rejection?
Sure.
So she took control of her habits, coming to see me. We met every other week. And in about a year, she lost 140 pounds.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
That is.
It's fantastic.
Well, it's not about the number that a person loses. It's all about the behavior. And one thing that people can do at home, and Kelly and I were talking about this before we went on the air, is make an agreement with yourself. Because all of us get so clever at finding ways to break the agreements we make, right? It's like you show up for a meeting 5 minutes late.
I'll start tomorrow. Right. I'll start tomorrow.
Right?
Hey, let me just have this little donut now. Yeah.
And people sometimes say, well, damn, Charles is so tedious about things. He won't let me have celery. It's not that there's things that aren't healthy. There's a ton of healthy foods, but what you have to learn is develop that muscle of discipline to hold yourself to a plan and stay strict with it, because with that, you'll have tremendous power in getting to your goal.
How do people get a hold of you, Charles D'Angelo?
The website's the best. It's Charles D'Angelo, CharlesDangelo.com, or call the office at 314-495-3228, and I'm planning on seeing you sometime
I'm
soon.
calling the office today.
He told me that a month and a week ago, too.
You heard my. That's my Thanksgiving resolution. Back with Team Charles. 9 o'clock, HRS.